What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, The Man Welding. Today I want to talk about self-doubt. It's an important topic and it needs to be discussed. So let's get into it. You guys, self-doubt affects each and every one of us. Even the people who look extremely confident, well put together, sure of themselves, they experience self-doubt too. Even in making this video, I attempted to make this video yesterday on the same topic, and I went through 20 different attempts, and I was just unable to really construct my thoughts in a coherent manner, and I was doubting myself and the video I was making, and I just said, obviously I'm not going to get it figured out today, so here I am, it's tomorrow, and I'm trying again, and I'm going to make it happen. And essentially, that's how you need to approach situations when you find that doubt creeping in, right? Now, typically, you'll start to doubt yourself in a situation for one of a couple different reasons. Either it's because you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're attempting something that is unfamiliar to you, or that you are inexperienced at, and there is a high likelihood of failure, or if not failure, just a really subpar product being produced. Or maybe that doubt's creeping in because the people around you doubt you. They're telling you, hey, you're not cut out for this, you shouldn't bother doing that, you're not going to be any good at that, and you're going to let those people's perceived opinions infiltrate your own self-talk, and then you're going to start doubting yourself. That's no good. If I let other people's opinions of what I'm capable of doing affect what I actually do, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm sure that's the same for you too. So guys, you need to look at that self-doubt as a positive thing. It means, hey, I'm about to embark on something that is going to allow me to grow and expand, reach my full potential. And that's what you should be striving for. That's what I'm striving for. I know that my potential is much greater than where I'm currently at. So I'm working on getting there. And really, that kind of transitions into something else I want to speak on, and that is not holding yourself prisoner to your past. You guys, I don't know how many of you do that, but I've certainly done that. And what I mean by that is holding yourself to a standard that other people have of you based on your previous actions, right? On how you lived in the past. Now, for me, that means a couple different things, right? Like when I was younger, still living with my family, we didn't have a ton of money. I felt financially inferior to my peers. And that instilled self-limiting beliefs and behaviors around money, to where I thought I would never, whether it was consciously or subconsciously, I believed that I just wasn't cut out to be somebody who had a lot of money. And those thoughts, they can get really deeply ingrained in us, and they can manifest themselves subconsciously, and you will sabotage your own financial situation because you believe that you are not meant to be financially well off. That's just an example. So another example of me would be when I was younger, middle school, high school, I was experimenting and using drugs quite regularly and quite frequently. And there was one particular instance where I took some pills, I had an adverse reaction, and essentially I ended up in the hospital. And it was, word got out. People knew that I had essentially overdosed on drugs, right? And I didn't help change that narrative because I continued to, smoke weed and drink and do drugs and things of that nature. So people formed a perception of me that I was just basically a low-life drug user. And at the time, that was not a particularly inaccurate assessment. However, as I've gotten older, as I've matured, I've changed that about myself. But for a long time, I didn't change that about myself. And I think subconsciously it's because I knew that people thought of me that way. You know, you almost use that as like an excuse to stay that way, right? So what I'm saying is you have to give yourself permission to break free of the expectations people have of who you are based off of their interactions with you from the past. And by doing that, you are going to open the door to your full potential financially, professionally, within your interpersonal relationships, and beyond. You guys, it's a big world out there, and something I believe about myself is that I'm destined for greatness, right? I really, truly believe that. And for a long time, I didn't believe that about myself. I believed that I was just destined for mediocrity. And my behaviors reflected that. So it poses the question, do you need to change your mindset first in order to change your actions and your habits, or should you do it the other way and just start implementing the actions that reflect the person that you want to be, and eventually you'll get there? To me, you can do it either way, right? And I think they're both necessary components of ultimately getting rid of these self-limiting beliefs and behaviors, and not holding yourself prisoner to your past, and eliminating self-doubt. Another way I see a lot of this stuff manifest in my own life is procrastination. I think procrastination goes hand in hand with self-doubt and self-limiting behaviors. It's, you know, it's a cope, it's a cop-out, it's a, oh, I'll get to it. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but then you never really do it. So my advice is understand that your potential is much greater than where you're currently at. And I don't care if you're at the bottom, using drugs, drinking, no job, no marketable skills, no friends, no family, no nothing, or if you're already well on your way on the path to success, or anywhere in between, you still have more to become. And that is an exciting prospect. That is something that should get you fired up and should motivate you to go out and do the best you can every day. So to summarize, guys, essentially, you have to recognize when you're talking to yourself in a manner that is limiting your potential, and understand that when you start to experience self-doubt internally, you should recognize that as a good thing, because it means that you are stepping out of your comfort zone, or you're attempting something where success is not a guarantee. And that's a good thing, because that's part of growing. And I think it's also important, if you do recognize what are some of these self-limiting beliefs and behaviors I have, do some introspection, do some reflecting, try to understand and get clarity on what is it that I think that is holding me back, and why do I believe that about myself? Is it because of my own personal experiences growing up? Is it because other people's opinions of me? You know, I think once you understand that, and you understand that you are not a prisoner to your past, and that you can, you know, it's okay to change. It's okay to become something different. And if that means you got to lose a few friends, or if that means there are going to be people in your lives who try to hold you back, or try to make snide remarks about, oh, you changed, or oh, you're not really like that, or oh, who you trying to be, or whatever, you know, that's okay. Let them say and think whatever they want to think, and you just continue on your path to greatness. So guys, thank you for taking the time to check out the video. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you next time.